Hello and welcome. My name is Adriana Teodoro-Dier. I'm a spiritual medium and an intuitive tarot card reader. And I have a message for the fire signs today. This is for Leo, Sagittarius, and Aries. If you're new to the channel, welcome. And if you're not new to the channel and you're a returning visitor, so good to see you again. I'm going to try things a little differently this week, and I would really love to know what you think of it. So I'm going to do the group reading for the element. So this is kind of your overview. And then I'm going to do individual readings for each sign. So I'll do Aries and Sagittarius and Leo. Might be in a different order. It's totally organic and kind of channeled live. So it depends on what they tell me to do and how many cards they want me to pull, that kind of stuff. So what was the other thing I wanted to tell you? So if in the course of the reading you like what you're hearing or it's resonating with you, please reach out, leave a comment, like, and or subscribe. And these readings, my intent in doing them is to just put my passion out into the world, because I really love to do these readings. I love to channel the information for you, and I want to make them as helpful as possible. So I do my best to stay connected to them and really give forth the information that will help you on your week. If you feel compelled to donate, there is a link below in the description, but of course, no obligation. This is something I love to do, and being able to do it and share it with you is truly a big gift. So let's start with your reading. This is going to be semi-specific. The energy around you, we've got the Seven of Pentacles. The way you feel about it is the Two of Cups. So the Seven of Pentacles card is kind of timing, like, is it right? Is it not right? You being a fire sign has just leapt forward and said, yeah, of course the timing's right, and you're like in the relationship already. I am probably most likely talking to an Aries energy. You know, you're already like in the relationship before you have really considered, is it the right relationship? Is it really what I want? So the energy is a bit of caution, of kind of slowing down and seeing, is this the right time? But the good thing is that you do feel in harmony. You feel in harmony with the choice. And it may not be a romantic partnership I'm talking about. This may be a passion project. This may be something in your heart. You feel in harmony with the choice. You feel at one with it, and you feel comfortable enough to commit to that direction. Now, I can't say that the world around you is going to respond the way you have. You're going to be facing quite a bit of criticism, whether it's from yourself or whether it's actually coming from the outside, and most likely in the form of a female critical energy, but it could be a male. Sometimes males can have female energy, right? So it's interesting, the imagery is working on two different levels, like the macrocosm and the microcosm. You've got the Judgment card looking at the Queen of Swords, and the Queen of Swords is representing that critical energy. And you've got the Five of Cups, but she's being challenged by this very kind of nasty looking fairy. So the fairy is saying to her, look at this bad choice you're making. Look at all the stuff you're going to lose. Look at all the other relationships you're going to leave behind in the dust because you're choosing this one thing. And she's asking you, so this is probably for a lot of you, that little critical voice inside, look at everything you're losing. And likewise here, this one is saying, really, is this the choice you want to do? And you're trying your best to take the high road. You're trying your best to take a bigger perspective and say, you know what? I learned from the past. This is the direction I want to go. This is where my heart is telling me to go. I know this is a clean slate for me. And I know you may not agree, or you may not see eye to eye. Like, they literally don't see eye to eye, right? Her vision is here. This vision is here. I know you don't see eye to eye, but this is the direction you need to go. So your message is stay true to your heart. Maybe you did leap a bit fast, but it's not a loss. You need to look at what you're gaining. What did you gain by leaping a bit fast? What are you gaining by feeling really confident in this partnership, whether it's a partnership with another person, or whether it's a new direction that your heart's trying to take you, most likely in your work. So this is really about being okay with your choices, no matter what anyone else is saying. Okay? It's also always okay to reflect and back up if you need to, but that's not the energy they're putting through. They're putting through the fact that if you decide this is the way you need to go, it is going to work out. It is going to open up for you. But if you allow that criticism to dissuade you, you're getting off the path for the wrong reason. Does that make sense? So if you decide to change your course of action because inside you feel like, you know what, this isn't really where I wanted to go before, maybe I did make the wrong choice, I really need to go this direction, that's okay. But if you're reacting to criticism because you don't like the way it makes you feel, that's the wrong choice because you're pulling off of your inner compass. Okay, let's go to your, and of course they want to do Aries first, right? Aries is always me first. So we're doing Aries first. And they're saying 5 cards, so they must have a lot to tell you. Okay. 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 All right. Now, I'm not sure how to explain that. They're giving me a message, and I'm just going to see if I can relate it through the cards. They're saying, do the practical, get the practical thing done. You're kind of wanting to go off on this fantasy of, oh, but this vision, and I need to go over here. And they're saying, you know, you need to do the practical. So we've got the 6 of Pentacles, the Chariot, we've got the Page of Swords, we've got the Star, and we've got the 8 of Wands going off the other direction. So eventually, the 6 of Pentacles is going to cause this to happen. What do I mean? When you sit there and you do the practical things that you need to get done, you're going to be set up for the long-term haul, the long-term harvest is what they're saying. So you need to invest a bit more in the practicality of the present before you can reap the benefits of the future. This other stuff in here is saying to me that you've kind of felt off course for some time, like you kind of haven't been feeling inspired, you haven't really been wanting to move any particular direction, but something has happened where you're finally like, yes, this is the direction I want to go. Like you've got this idea in your head that's really got you fired up again. And you're like wanting to charge ahead with the idea, but they're saying, wait a second, you need to wait for a minute and actually do the practical thinking, think this through, because if you just charge forward, it's kind of like you might feel, I'm in Colorado, so I love to go to the mountains, and I might wake up and I'm like, oh, I'm inspired to go to the mountains. Let's get in the car and go. But do I have water with me? Do I have my hiking shoes? Do I have a snack? Do I know how long I'm going to be gone for? Do I have gas in the car? Have I fed the cat? So like there's all these practical things that could support my journey. I will have a much better time hiking if I have some water with me. If I have gas in the car, I'll be able to actually get there. So you're thinking that the practical stuff is going to hold you up, but actually it's going to push you forward faster. So I hope that's reassuring and inspiring to you, because I know Aries don't like to always be so practical. Okay, we're moving on to, Sagittarius. I was going to say Leo, but they're saying Sagittarius. So 4 cards for you. Okay. 2, 3. Okay. So we kind of got opposite thing happening. We've got 8 of Pentacles. We've got 9 of Cups. We've got 6 of Cups. So they're meeting each other. And then we've got the 10 of Wands, and that's where you're headed. Now the 6 of Cups is, she's leading. Okay, this is all leading in a row. Okay, so let me kind of think about what they're trying to say to you. Okay, so there's been a little too much time reflecting on the past. You, Sagittarius, need to have your vision forward, and you've been turning it backwards. And even though you may have been thinking about the good things that have happened in the past and the like fond memories, the innocence that you've experienced in the past, it's actually weighing you down right now. There's something about kind of getting lost in that nostalgic emotion that doesn't give you the fire to step forward. And so then you find yourself distracted and pulled in different directions, and you can't fully give all of your attention and passion to one place. So then you feel scattered and drained. And you have more than enough energy. When this card comes up, I know that there's more than enough energy for you, but it's the fact that it's being kind of drowned by the emotion and it's not being constructively channeled forward. Okay, so whatever has you looking back to the past, you kind of need to stop that. You need to, and I know you've been doing it over and over. You've been revisiting, for some of you, it's a relationship. You've been revisiting this past a little bit too much. You've been living in the past, which is an interesting Jethro Tull song. So yeah, a little too much living in the past, and it's preventing you from really enjoying those blessings of the present. So even though you feel like your thoughts towards the past have been positive, it's still depleting your energy from being able to move forward. Okay? And I've actually already been maybe too many readings today. I've forgotten what the what the weekly message was, but see, oh yeah, criticism. Okay, so I'm not sure that's really tying together and correlating here, so I'm just going to leave that thought alone, although they're saying it is, because again, they're talking about what am I going to lose. Now, fear of loss comes because you've lost something in the past, and so you're exceptionally susceptible to being afraid of loss, because that's what all this looking back is. You're looking back at, look what I lost. Look at all these things I lost. And so when you're confronted with the fear of losing again, when you're confronted with the idea of losing again, it becomes fear, and that's what causes you to make that wrong choice. So focus your energy forward, okay? Just let the past go. You don't need to keep looking back. It's time to look forward. All right, I hope that made sense. If that didn't make sense, please reach out in the comments and I will clarify that for you. Okay, last but not least, we have Leo, the lovely fixed fire sign. You want the top or the bottom floor? Okay, bottom floor. Whoa, 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 whoa. Jeez Louise. Okay. We've got the Knight of Pentacles, we've got the Knight of Cups, we've got the Knight of Swords, and we have the Five of Wands. Now, we're only missing one Knight. There are 4 Knights in the deck, and you have managed to draw all 3 of them. So, you, my Leo friend, are in motion. Now, what I'm really excited about is the fact that you have spirituality and the earthly Knight facing each other. You have your poetic, artistic, creative vision focusing the practicality and the determination that you will get to your destination no matter what. This one's an idealist. This one is a rational practicalist. This is a rational pragmatist. That's what I was trying to say. And you see how they're headed towards each other. So your heart's desire and the ability to make this manifest into tangible ways on the earth are riding to meet each other. They haven't met yet, but they are going to meet each other. Now, this is amazing. This is emotion and practicality coming together. This is heart's desire and heart's fulfillment coming together. That's amazing. Now, because you are so close to this, you are so close. How was this? I can't even remember how it was. Because you are so close to this, we have the ego show up. This is our lovely Knight of Swords. We have the ego show up and say, that's wrong. You can't follow what your heart says. You cannot go that direction. That's wrong. That's going to lead us into trouble. And because your mind is so strong, remember we talked about the criticism being a big sticking point for you in the general reading? Because that is so strong, it's making you feel really jittery inside. Now you're feeling extra jittery because this is about to happen. This union of your heart and the physical world, of your desires and all the things that you want to have happen and the manifestation of them, this is coming together and it's close. But again, they haven't met. And you know how sometimes in fairy tales, like you have the prince and the princess and they're going to meet, but then there's like the evil thing in the middle. There's like the devil in some form or the jealous whatever. So they're coming together. They're almost together. And then this pops up going, nope, just kidding. Your ego is freaking out because you're going to get your heart's desire. Everything in this reading is telling me that. And your ego is so scared because it's like, well, then what's my purpose? And so it tells you everything that you're doing is wrong. It tells you this isn't the right way forward. You're leading towards disaster. And part of you wants to believe it, and so you feel a little unsettled. Let this guy go. Let the evil stepsister ride off into the sunset and focus on the fact that you are going to marry your heart's desire with being able to put that heart's desire and gift into the world. So really, to me, they save the best for last. I know that the Aries and the Sagittarius were important, and I really am glad that you stuck around to watch this, because this is such good news for you. This is your gift, Leo, is bringing that practicality of spirituality becomes practicality on earth. You know how to make things happen practically. And this is something big for you, something really big coming ahead. So stay on course, keep these guys riding towards each other, and don't let anything sway you off your course. So, if you're still with me, happy 4th of July, happy new moon, happy full moon, and happy eclipse. These are big times we're in, and I still look forward to seeing you next week. Have a good one.